It's been a summer of frustration with Wroxham FC as all of our main key transfer targets decided to go elsewhere. So we've had to settle for signing players that may not quite be good enough for this level. But we have got off to a fantastic start to life in Tier 7, winning our opening 2 games. But can we continue that great form as we take on 2 of the teams tipped to finish in the top 6? Hello everyone, welcome to the channel and welcome to the first episode in Tier 7 of Tier 8 to Greatness with Wroxham FC. As I said in the intro, the summer has been slightly frustrating. We found quite a few players, 3.5, 4-star, 4.5-star current ability players that I wanted to bring into the club. I felt that they would have made us a better team and boosted our chances of challenging for promotion to Tier 6. But they all went elsewhere. We put in offers, offer contracts and stuff. A couple of them were on trial. We offered contracts. As soon as we offered them a contract, other teams come in. It's that thing that happens all the time that Football Manager needs to sort out. You put in a bid for a player who nobody's wanted for however long, and as soon as you put in a contract offer, every club comes out of the woodwork and puts in an offer for him as well. So they all went elsewhere. So what I've had to do with regards to transfer market is I've had to bring in a lot of like 2.5-star current ability players. They may be good enough because as we found out last season, if you watched last season, Edwin Essel was only a 2-star current ability player and ended up scoring an absolute truckload of goals and basically was the reason one of the main reasons we got promoted. So hopefully the other players that I've brought in of a similar ability are going to be good enough to get us out of this division, or at least not get relegated and finish. I think the board want us to finish mid-table or top half of the table. So as long as we can do that, I want to try and push for promotion, at least the playoffs. I don't want to get stuck at this level. I want to move up and up and up. But that will happen in time, I guess. As you can see, if you look at the table, we're in 4th place. We've won both of our league games so far against St Ives and Leiston. We'll go through them in detail, or a bit more detail, in a second. But first of all, let's go and have a look at the transfers. And here we are. Sam Granville, who was on loan with us last season. I've brought him back to the club. He's a 3-star current ability central midfielder. Actually, when I signed him back, he was only a 2.5. He's gone up to a 3-star after the first couple of games of the season. As you can see, all of his training attributes have gone up. Central midfielder, can also play in defence and as a defensive midfielder. So he's a good all-round player. Theo Hudson came in on a free transfer. He's a 2-star current ability, 21-year-old English striker. Got good finishing attributes. He's quite quick, first touch, dribbling, 17 determination. He's come in really as backup, but if you look, he looks like he's on a par with Edwin Essel, and he's got more potential than Edwin Essel. So Theo Hudson could turn out to be better than Essel, and Essel scored loads of goals last season. Ed James came in from Kefan Druids. He was one of the players that I didn't scout. He comes in, he's a 2-star current ability fullback, but natural in the centre of defence. I don't know why I said he was a fullback. He was accomplished there. He's a natural in the centre of defence. He's 6'2". He's got okay stats. He's not the greatest player in the world. And we're paying £130 a week for him. And I think I promised him a regular starter. But he was a bit of a panic buy, to be fair. A bit of a panic buy. Josh Curry from Folkestone. He comes in. He's another 2-star current ability, only 2-star potential ability. He's 33 years old. I thought, I can't just bring in youngsters. I need a bit of experience in the team as well. So Curry's come in. Cole Gibbons comes in from Colwyn Bay. He's another Welsh player, 19 years old, 2-star current, 4-star potential. He can play as a natural in the centre of defence or as a left back. And he was another one of those that came in without scouting properly. The 2 Welsh players, I didn't really scout properly. I didn't really have time. We were already in August, so I needed to get players through the door quickly. Because at that point, as we got to August, I'd made 2 signings. We'd put in offers for about 10. I only made 2. And it was getting to the point where we needed just to get anyone through the door. Lewis Barker comes in, another central defender. 2.5-star current, 4.5-star potential. Now Daniel McKenna comes in after a trial. 3-star current ability, 5-star potential. He's a central midfielder. Carolero Mazzala, ball-winning midfielder, central midfielder on defend are his best roles. But he's quite versatile, as in the roles that he plays. And as you can see, his attributes are good. Tommy Block, 2.5-star current ability. Can play as a fullback, central defender, but is natural as a defensive midfielder or a central midfielder. He's only got a 5 of long shots, but he scored a 30-yard screamer in the last game to win us the game. So he's done really well so far. He's in his 2 games got a 7.55 current rating for his first 2 games. He was going to come in basically as a backup. Daniel McKenna was going to be my starting central midfielder, but Tommy Block has started. McKenna was suspended for the first game of the season, so Block started, and he's playing too well to drop him at the minute. And then Samuel Saki has just come in. He is an attacking midfielder can play on both sides, natural on both sides. He's only come in as backup. Made his debut in the last game and only got a 6.2 rating, so I'm hoping he improves from there. As I said, we won our first 2 games against St Ives, a 1-0 victory. St Ives absolutely battered us for the full 90 minutes. Edwin Essel scored on the 35th minute against the run of play, and then St Ives battered us a little bit more. Zion Dixon got sent off with 20 minutes left, and I really did think that once we were down to 10 men, St Ives were going to batter us more and get at least an equaliser, but they didn't. They couldn't score. They couldn't score a goal, and we ended up winning 1-0. We FM'd St Ives. It's happened to me enough, so it's nice to do it to someone else. And then we went to Leiston. Edwin Essel again on the score sheet after the 27th minute. Then Tommy Block with a 30-yard screamer on the 72nd minute put us 2-0 up. They went straight down the other end and got one back. Zach Dronfield pulled one back for Leiston, but it wasn't enough, and we held out for a 2-1 victory. I said in the intro that we're playing 2 teams in the top 6 today. It's Colville and Barwell, but we're at home in both games. Barwell are actually tipped to win the league, but haven't had the greatest of starts. If you see from the league table, Colville are just one place below us. They've won 1 and drawn 1, but Barwell are yet to pick up a victory. 1 point from their first 2 games. They are not living up to their predicted finish. Because if we look at the season preview, Barwell are tipped to win this league. And then Colville are tipped to finish around about 6th place. If you look though, we have got 2 players in the Media Dream 11, Lewis and Brown. Jack Lewis, Connor Brown, both key players in this division. So hopefully they'll be able to help us to finish better than the 13th place where we're predicted. One other bit of news is that Harry Pitcher has signed a contract extension. We have had a summer of contract talks. He was out of contract at the end of June. He refused to sign a new contract because he wanted to be a star player earning, I think, about £420 a week, I think it was he wanted. Anything under that he wouldn't accept. So we didn't sign a new contract. We put him on a non-contract basis or a rolling month-to-month basis. And then an offer came in from someone else for him, or he got a contract offer from someone else. So I went and offered him a contract, and he signed it. £300 a week as an important player, and he is a very important player for us, despite the fact that the fans have expressed doubts about whether the deal was right for the club. I don't think any deal's right for this club at the minute because we're totally skint. We still haven't got any bloody money. So there aren't many deals that are good for the club, but we wanted to keep hold of our better players, and Harry Pitcher is one of those. That's enough talking. That's all the news up to date. So let's go and play a game of football, shall we? Right, here's the team that I'm hoping will continue our 100% start to the season. It's Chambers in goal, Seaman, James, Barker and Gibbons in defence, Granville as a defensive midfielder, Block as a ball winner, Lewis as a centre midfielder on attack. Then we've got Brown on the right, Pitcher on the left and Essel as the advance forward. We've got a couple of players that are a little bit tired after our last match. We've played only a few days ago, so they might not see out the whole game, but I'm starting with them because they've all got very good ratings so far. Harry Pitcher has played at fullback on the right-hand side for the last 2 games, but I'm moving him to the inside forward on the left because Samuel Saki made his debut in the last game and only got a 6.2 rating, and I don't think that's very good. Plus, his health isn't his fitness, sorry, isn't the greatest. So that's the team. Let's go and play and see if we can get another win. Here we go, we're underway. The first live comms of the season at home to Coalville. And Coalville, like I said, they're tipped to finish 6th place. We're tipped to finish in 13th. So really, they are the better team. We're already getting messages saying that players want to be substituted. Brown's picked up a knock by the looks of it. It still says he's got excellent fitness or excellent health. So we'll have a little look at that in a minute. But that won't be ideal if he has picked up a knock. So I don't have much depth in the wide areas, to be honest. That's something that I'm looking at changing. I want to bring in a couple more players for the wide areas. Even if it is just as backup. There's Lewis. Great ball over the top. Can Essel get there? He does. And it's 1-0 to Wroxham. Edwin Essel. Great ball over the top from Lewis. Brown, it didn't. His knock doesn't seem to be affecting him. But look at that ball from Lewis. Great vision. The keeper came. Didn't get there. Edwin Essel did get there. And that's his 3rd goal in 3 games this season. And the boy is on fire again. That was our first shot on goal, actually. Corner came in for Coalville. Daly to Fallsdick. Flicks it over the top. Key plays it back to Green. Green's going to shoot, and it's 1-1. Fenton Green equalises for Coalville. Great finish, really. Defence possibly could have done a little bit better in sort of like these areas, trying to cut it out there, possibly. They're all bunched up. I don't know why. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players. 7 defenders all bunched up in the same place, and not a single one of them managed to stop the shot. All right. Coalville trying to build an attack from the back. Go out to the right to Stabana. He's being chased down, but he's going to be allowed to pass. And now Fallsdick is over on the right-hand side. Plays it into Key. And Billy Key, again, absolutely atrocious defending. We're playing this low defensive line with the low block. But we're not actually trying to tackle. Look. Like, we're just running about like headless chickens. Not actually trying to do anything. There. Look, just jump on the floor in front of him. In real life, that defender throws himself in front of that ball. Guaranteed, 100%. There ain't a defender in the game who wouldn't have at least thrown their legs in front of that shot to try and prevent it from going in. And as it stands, because the game doesn't understand what actual real-life defenders would do, and the defenders in this game just sort of stand there and watch as the ball goes past them, we are 2-1 down at half-time. And I know I moan about this match engine pretty much every episode, but it's very, very annoying. Right, here's Block, who just has the ball taken off of him while he stands there. James runs about. Look, they're all just watching him. Tackle! It's just ridiculous. This just... There are no words. There are no words. Look here, like there's 5 players around one, and they just all just drop back and just watch him run past them. Gibbons throws the ball to Essel. Essel puts it into Lewis, and Lewis shoots straight into the goalkeeper's hands. We're going to go attacking. We're going to make a couple of substitutions. Josh Curry can come on there. I don't really want to take Brown off, but he's only on a 6.1 and he's injured, so Saki can come on. Here's Lewis. Plays it through to Essel, and Essel one-on-one with the goalkeeper. And Edwin Essel's not going to miss from there. It's 3-2. 3 minutes into the second half, or nearly 4 minutes into the second half. Lewis to Essel. Essel one-on-one with a keeper. And it ain't just our defenders that do it. It's their defenders as well. The defence sort of just stand off and watch players run past them. We will proceed. Although I may be changing the formation in a moment. The ball's gone wide. Chambers with the long kick, looking for Saki. He's cut out, but Seaman has the ball back here. Plays it to Saki. Saki goes over the top, looking for Essel, and Essel's onto it. But it's dropped to Lewis, and Lewis chips it over the goalkeeper. Jack Lewis, first goal of the season. 3-3. Come on. Saki, great ball over the top, looking for Essel. Essel got onto it, but their defender just put in a great tackle. But the ball dropped to Lewis. Lewis, little dink over the keeper. And it's 3-3. Iwamya's got the ball out on the left for Colville. Plays it in for Forsdick. And Forsdick off the crossbar. Off the top of the crossbar there. Our players are absolutely shattered. Pitcher, Gibbons, James. They all need to come off. But for one, I haven't got enough players. And for two, I think I've only got one substitution left. That's a head up that was very dangerous. It's gone over the top of the bar. Take off Granville. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. Bring on Ben Smith. A little bit of protection in front of the defence. The defence is tired. I haven't really got the defenders to bring on. So if I bring on a new defensive midfielder to try and protect the defence, that kind of makes sense to me. Here's James. Goes for the long ball over the top. And their defender plays a long ball back. Forsdick is going to keep this ball in. And they're on the attack in injury time, Colville. It's over the top and headed over the bar. We're in the last dying seconds of this game. And Colville look like they're going to get another attack. Or breaks into the box, shoots, and Chambers saves. It was almost one of the goals of the season. I don't know how. Long ball is headed out. Now, can the ref find his whistle? Because we're already over the 5 minutes. Or are Colville going to get those extra couple of seconds to score a goal? Lewis to Block. Block goes over the top looking for Essel, but it's headed out. And then Block just smashes it all the way to their goalkeeper. And that should be all she wrote. It should be. And yeah, it is. Full time, 3-3. Edwin Essel with an 8.2. Lewis with a 9.1. They really were the two players that kept us in this game. Granville and Barker put in decent performances. But there were some shocking performances from Pitcher and Seaman, 6.2 ratings. Brown also on a 6.2, but was carrying a knock for most of that game. We didn't lose, so that's a bonus. There were a lot of things to like about our team, but there's also a lot of things to dislike. So now we go on to take on the team who are tipped to win the league. Saki is in for Brown and our only change from the last game. The fitness levels still ain't great for our defensive pair, but they're better than they were in the last game. Saki will come in and play as a winger on attack. Brown, he's passed the fitness test. It says he's still injured and he'll return in 2 days. But the fitness test he's passed and he's recommended to a maximum of 60 minutes. So If Saki doesn't start off very well, or if Pitcher don't start off very well, I'll move Saki to the left and I'll bring Brown on. Barwell picked up their first win of the season in their last game. They won 3-1 away from home. So they are tipped to win the league, and they've just picked up their first win. So they might go on a bit of a run here. And we could fall victim to a solid performance from a team who are tipped to win the league. But here's Essel through, and great save from their goalkeeper. Great reaction save. They've got a player down injured by the looks of it as well. And McJanet is down injured. He's rolling around holding his legs. Injured in the first minute. He's gone off. I don't know what's wrong with him. Here's Lewis. Goes out to Saki. Saki goes back to the defence. James goes over the top. And Essel can't beat the defender. The defender heads it out. Here's Seaman. Back to James. James goes to Saki on the right. Saki cuts inside. Plays the ball over the top to Essel, who brings it under control and finds Lewis, who shoots and... Oh! He's hit the post. Hits the post and then falls into the keeper's hands. Here's Essel. Has the ball taken off of him from Bainbridge, and Bainbridge is going to run, and he's gone. He's gone. Our defender can't keep up with him. Bainbridge cuts it inside. Martin shoots and is wide of the mark. Our defender just sort of went, I can't catch him. Help. Gibbons to Pitcher. Pitcher back to Block. Block cuts it inside to Granville, who tries some kind of ball. I don't know who it was to. But Block finds Saki, who cuts it inside, and the defender gets there before Essel can react. Block gives it to Saki for another go, and this time Essel does react and hits it straight to their keeper. It's going to be one of their games where their goalkeeper has an absolute worldie against us. Barwell had a chance, and the header goes miles over the bar. We've had a lot more shots and a lot more on target. We had 6 shots, 3 on target. They've managed 4 shots and haven't hit the target yet. So despite the fact they are tipped to win this division, they don't look that much better than us, to be honest. Here's Essel, and Edwin Essel, heads it back across the face of the goal, and it goes into the back of the net. And that's 4 goals in 4 league games for Essel. Oh no, he scored 2 in the last one, didn't he? So that's 5 goals in 4 league games for Edwin Essel. It was Saki's little cross. Essel heads it through everyone, and it's in the net. And it's 1-0 to Wroxham. And we're playing the team that are tipped to win this league, and we look a lot better than them. I don't want them to be famous last words, because they might be better in the second half. But so far, we look a lot better than them. We're still dominating by the stats. Look, 9 shots, 4 on target. They've still yet to find the target. I'm just a little bit concerned that when they do, they might score. There's been no highlights in this second half yet. The first one is going to be for Barwell. The ball's over the top. It's headed out. And Pitcher will get the chance to mount a counter-attack here. He's got loads of space. Finds Edwin Essel, who shoots a bit early, but it's bounced back to Pitcher. And Harry Pitcher puts the ball wide. I think we had a lot more time to try and muster a better attack there. Pitcher had loads of space. He had a player right. I don't know who it was, but someone was going with him on the right. Here's Edwin Essel. Shoots from distance, and it's saved. Block's taken a knock, so we'll take him off for McKenna. Not that it makes a difference, because it's Wroxham 1, Barwell 0. McKenna probably got about 12 seconds on the pitch, and we were much, much better than them. I think I've said it 962 times, but Barwell are the team tipped to finish top of this league, and we have just beaten them 1-0. But absolutely dominated them. Dominated. We had more possession. Our XG was 3 times what theirs was. 16 shots on goal, 6 on target. We've only managed to score the 1 goal, but that 1 goal from Edwin Essel was enough. And that win means it's 4 games unbeaten, 10 points on the board. We are 3rd place, but we're only behind Bromsgrove Sporting and AFC Sudbury on goal difference. So, we may only be tipped to finish mid-table. 13th, I think it was, we were tipped to finish. So we're tipped to finish mid-table. It's only early stages of the season, but the signs are positive, and I'm hopeful of at least mounting a push for a promotion playoff place this season. I might be wrong, but things are going really, 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 really well, and I'm excited, and I'm looking on the positive side. Right, that's going to bring this episode to an end. We are still unbeaten in the league. 4 games played, 3 wins, 1 draw, sitting in 3rd place. And it's not bad for a newly promoted team who are only tipped to finish in mid-table, is it? So hopefully you enjoyed that episode. If you did, please do leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment below to say hi, or just whatever you want to say. What problems have you had with the match engine? Because I think everyone's had problems with the match engine. You might have had enough of listening to me moan about it, but I can't help it. There's always something that happens in pretty much every game. I don't think there was in the Barwell game, to be honest, but there normally is, and it's really, really frustrating. I love Football Manager. I absolutely love it. I've played Football Manager since before Football Manager was even invented. I played the Championship Manager games and stuff like that, and it's hard to see when there are so many issues in a game that you love so much. But like I said, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all again very soon. Bye-bye for now.